Oh.
Probably not a repeat tonight.
Okay. All right. Today, Rabbi Isai, good vach. We're holding Daf Mem Hey. This is for Avrami.
Yes, we're building. We're going to finish. Everyone's to my left. We're going to finish and we're going to be in there in time. Ellie and I aren't going to America now.
Yeah.
We're going to be here. I'm going by myself.
Daf Mem Hey Amud Aleph. We're holding 4 lines down. No, thank you. Yeah. No, thank you. That's why I said no, thank you. So we learned in the Mishnah that a girl who's younger than 3 years old, her biyah is not considered a biyah. Anything less than that is considered as if a mashal to a person that puts his finger in his eye and he constantly has tears. So too, the besulim of a girl that's younger than 3 will return. That's how we learn pshat in the Mishnah. Ibaylu. Hani besulin mezel azli vasu. What's pshat in a girl that's less than 3 years old? Is the pshat that you break the psulim, but because she's under 3 years old, they're going to grow back. Or dilma it tsudehu delemitatzde adach shalish. Perhaps they don't even break; they just move to the side. So how does it work? No, and if you're going to be at home remotely, you can't do this.
If I could.
That's the whole thing. Okay,
Exactly
you're
the point.
right. You're right. Good point.
For this year.
By the way, if you sit over here, your job is to get me a cup of water.
Okay.
Shkoyach.
That's what you get paid for.
Yeah. Shkoyach. Is the pshat that it breaks and it grows back, or the pshat it doesn't even break? If he married this girl before she was 3 years old, thank you. You should sit here more often. I get 2 cups. It's much more chashuv. So he was with her before she was 3 years old, and he saw dam. What's this dam? The dam is dam psulim because he broke the psulim. Now, after she was 3 years old, there's no dam. So what's going on here? If the pshat is that he breaks them and they grow back, shows they simply didn't grow back. So Rashi explains, why didn't they grow back? Because he's married to her, so he constantly breaks them. He's boil, so they never get a chance to grow back. But if you're saying that physically, it just moves to the side, it doesn't break. And the second she becomes 3 years old, the Gemara always talks like that. The second she becomes 3, it's going to break. So why didn't it break? He didn't see dam. Oh, must be that there's some monkey business going on here. Then she became a zoina, and she's also a kayan. You want to be so exact. So who told you? You want to be exact. You say, the minute she turns 3, then he could break her psulim. A minute before not. So maybe a minute after he breaks it, it grows back. You're talking halachically. So I'll tell you halachically, it grows back. So maybe it grew back. And the fact that he doesn't see dam after she's 3 years old is a raya that she was mizana because it grew back. Now the second part that it says you'll see in a second might not be that important. Some Rishonim say yes. A lot of Rishonim say that it's just derech agav because of the first round we said but the point is we're discussing now the first dam. So let's think about the first dam a second. A person was boiled this girl that's less than 3 years old, and he saw dam. If you're telling me it constantly breaks and regrows, hi dam besulamu. So it broke. He saw dam. Shalom aleichem. He saw dam, and it's dam besulim. I have a good cause, a good reason why there's dam here. Eliamris it's sudehu delimitatzdi. But if you're going to tell me that a girl that's under 3 years old, you can never break her psulim. They only break after she's 3 years old. So why did he see dam? Before she was 3 years old, he saw dam. What is the dam? I'll tell you what the dam is. Niddah. Oh, so makes her a niddah. And nafkamina if she's a niddah or not. Hi, dam nidahu. This dam, what dam? We have to explain. The dam before 3 years old is niddah. So then why does the Brisa say, and then he found dam after she's 3 years old? It's not really important, say most Rishonim. Some say it is important. Fine. No. We're talking about before. What is the dam that he found before? Is it dam niddah or dam besulim? If you hold that you could break besulim before she's 3 years old, then it's not dam niddah, it's dam besulim. But if you hold that you cannot break besulim, the besulim don't even exist, they move to the side. So then the dam that you see when the girl is 2.5 years old, it's not dam besulim, it's dam niddah. I'll prove it to you from our Mishnah. Why does the Mishnah say an interesting mashal? And we had the mashal mamish a day before that, 2 days ago, on a completely different thing. If you put your finger in your eye, you're going to have tears. The tears are not going to stop. We had it by zera, right? You can continue seeing zera. So over here also, you put your finger in your eye, the psum are going to grow back. Why are you giving me a mashal? Just say very simple. Listening, anything less than 3 years old, it's not besulim. My love, the Mishnah is coming to tell us this chiddush. That is the mashal. That you break the psulim, they grow back. You break the psulim, they grow back. And that's the pshat. I put my finger in my eye, I have tears. I put my finger again, I'll have more tears. It keeps on coming back to tears. That's how psulim keep on coming back. And that's what the Mishnah wanted to tell us. In other words, the chiddush is that if somebody's boil a girl under 3 years old and he sees dam, you should know that it's dam besulim and not dam niddah because he grows back. That's exactly what the Mishnah wants to tell us. Tana Rabbanon, Maisa biyustani bita shel asvirus ben atuninus shabas lefnei Rebbe. This is a famous Gemara in Avodah Zarah. The Gemara over there says that Rebbe was best friends with Antoninus. And the day Antoninus died, the package broke up. Famous story where Antoninus was the king. He came to visit Rebbe every day. He brought 2 guards with him. Whatever you want to call it, the relationship. Every day he would bring 2 guards with him, and he would kill one when he got to Rebbe's place, and he'd kill the other one on the way back. He didn't want anybody to know that he's going to Rebbe. And he would ask him all these kashas. And one of the kashas he asked him was, how do I get my son to be the king while I'm alive? They're not going to allow it. So here we're talking about Antoninus' son. Maise beyostani bitoy shel asvirus, the granddaughter of Antoninus. Yustani, Shabbos lefnei Rebbe, Amar Loi, Rebbe, Isha bekamenisas. So they had a good relationship. This is a family, this is Rebbe, the famous Rebbe. And she asked him, how old can a girl get married? Omar lo basholi shona v'yemechad. She get married when she's royal lebiyah. Ubekam misabers. How old does a girl need to be when she gets pregnant? In order to get pregnant. Omar lo bashtem esrei shona v'yemechad. Let's get used to this. When the Gemara says bashtem esrei shona v'yemechad, it's what we call today 12 years old. V'yemechad. Bashtem esrei is 11. But when we say v'yoy mechad, it's already into the 12th year. Omer loy, ani niseisi b'sheish, v'yolati b'sheva. You don't know what you're talking about. You say, in order to get pregnant, you have to be 12 years old. I got married when I was 6. I already had a kid when I was 7. I have tsar. I could have, according to you, I could have gotten married when I was 3 years old. Why did I wait till 6? How's it possible that Justinus got pregnant when she was 6 years old and she already had a kid when she was 7? The famous sugya. There are 3 women that can use contraceptive, they can use a moich. In other words, to prevent pregnancy. Rashi over here says a very interesting lashon. Rashi over here says she's mechuyev to use contraceptive. In other places, Rashi doesn't use such a strong lashon. He says she could. Might be a big nafkamina. Al kol panim, who are these 3 women? Ktana Mu'beres uminika. A girl under 12, a pregnant woman, and a nursing woman. Tano shemesh tisabe v'tomos. A girl under the age, she could get pregnant and she can die. Mu'beres, we still don't have a question on this girl, on Justinus. It only says shema tisaber, and she could die. It doesn't say she will die, she could. Mu'beres shema teyosu ubarasando. If she's pregnant, she could crush the baby. Twin, one baby could crush another baby. We had a whole sugi, you cannot get pregnant again. So maybe it just means that you'll have like some sort of nafel in there that will crush the baby. Minika, a nursing mother could use a moich, shema tigmal as benavi amos, because the pregnancy will cause her milk to go bad, and she'll have to stop nursing him, and there's no formula, and the kid will die. Ve'eziktana, what's the age? Mibas 11 shana v'yom echad v'at 12 shana v'yom echad. Pachos mikan, says the Gemara, less than 11, or yaser mikan, mishameshes v'orileches. There's no problem. There's no problem for a person who's less than 11 years old. Why? They can't get pregnant. So statement for in the Gemara that you can't get pregnant for less than 11. So is it possible that this Goya got pregnant less than 11? Now, question. Why could a young girl use a moich? What's the whole shaila? The whole problem is a shchosa zera. So if there's a sakonis nefashis, the girl could die, so a shchosa zera is not a problem. Why? Who told her to have relations with her husband? Let her refrain from being with her husband, and he doesn't have to be mashchas zera, and there won't be a sakana. It's not like she's in a sakana and you have to pikuach nefesh and you have to save her life. Who told you to do the act? You don't have to be. There's no tzarich. That's where Moshe Feinstein's kasha. You have a sakanas nefashis. If you're in a situation already, sakanas nefashis, then I could do averis. I could be mechal Shabbos. But don't put her in a situation that will be a sakanas nefashis. You won't have a problem. So says Moshe Feinstein, no. Since she has a chiyuv, you have a chiyuv oina, and there's a way for you to get out of her sakanas nefashis through a moich. So there's no ashchasa zera because it's not ashchasa. That is what you're supposed to do. That is your mitzvah. Let's limit the kashas to one per share, one per person, one per share. I'm not kidding. We have too many people. If everybody asks 5-6 kashas, there's no time. You do what you need to do. HaKadosh Baruch will take care of business. Part of the question is, how did the guy what?
They say you can't be Mr. You just rely on the...
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to. I don't know if you... According to Rashi, they mechuyev to use a moich. So the Gemara is saying not mechuyev to use. The question is, how did the guy get pregnant? She's under 11 years old. Their meat, and it's actually referring to their aver, is the meat of a chamor. I think the Chazon Ish says here that it goes on the end of the pasuk. It talks about a chamor is a cold animal. He's not into tashmish, but a horse is moli zima. So it says that because the guy is so into zima, so memela it causes his body to act differently. That's the pshat in the pasuk. She was lying. She was partially lying. Memela. And then who did I see said a good word here? Maybe it's Taisvis. No, the Ritva. The Ritva says that the first pshat is because Rebbe, you don't say that a guy is lying when you can find out about it easily. Rebbe will turn around and ask her brother, is it true that she had a baby when she was 6 years old? He said, what are you talking about? It's one of these lies. Mimela, that's why they didn't say, because that's the obvious thing. Why should I believe a guy? You ask me kashas on a guy, but a guy is not going to lie when he can get caught. Tana Rabbanan. Ma'aseh b'isha achas shebas lefnei Rebbe Akiva. Omer loy Rebbe, nivalti b'toich shalish shanim. Says Rashi, a very important word that's missing here. I was nival to somebody that's apostle. Not a kosher Jew. Apostle, like a guy. Mani lakuna. I guess it's obvious. If the kasha was lakuna, so it had to be apostle. Fine. What's the halacha? Amar lo ksherat lakuna. Don't you know the halacha is that anybody under 3 years old, their bia is not bia, and the story you're kosher. Amar lo Rebbe. I'll tell you a mashal. You take a kid and give him a candy. He's like, what are you doing to me? Why are you putting my finger in honey? It's disgusting. Third time, he has a chance. He gives it a lick. He chaps his geshmak. What she's telling him is, I chapped after a couple times that I enjoy it. So if I enjoy it, maybe I should be also. Maybe the whole point is that if you're younger than 3, you don't know it's flying. If you know it's flying, maybe you come also. Oh my law, imkeim psula the kuna. Yeah, you're right. You puzzle the kuna. He looks around and he sees everybody looking. What is going on here? Because you enjoy, you become also. Under 3 is not bia. Who cares? Enjoy, not enjoy. If you chab, what's going on? Not chab. Omer lahem. The entire Torah is halacha mishmei Sinai, and they explain that even things that the Rabbanon, all the Rabbanons, everything was said by Sinai. This age is halacha mishmei Sinai. What are you talking about? Enjoy, not enjoy. Rebbe Akiva was messing around with them. He wanted to see if they're sharp or not.
What about her?
What? So she's busting the kuna for a minute. He chapped her right before she went out. Maybe he thought she's messing with him. Like, who asked these kind of kashas? With the mushal, with the this. Yeah, who says? He's never happened. I used to give a Mishnah Berurah shir in Bnei Yeshivas, like a sikum. I would go, we had a program, we'd learn a daf of Mishnah Berurah a day. And on Friday, nobody did it at the end of the day. It was only me. I was stuck by myself, and I had to give the sikum after davening Friday night. So Rabbi Kornfeld was there. He came to visit. So they said, "You gotta stick around." So like a shaita, I forgot that he was in the audience, and I'm like telling the guys, it's like we're talking about tefillin, mezuzahs. I said, I just saw a video on YouTube, and I did, of a robot writing a Sefer Torah. In China, they have this thing. It was beautiful ksav. So I told them that Reb Chaim Kanevsky said that if a Jew turns it on, then it's kosher l'chatchila. And I go weiter, and nobody says the word. Not a word. Reb Kornfeld is there. She's like, and then I stopped. Wait a minute, because I said Reb Chaim Kanevsky said it, so it makes sense to you. I just made it up. They lechaded this to tell me them. Once in a while, you have to say shtus. But the busha was that Reb Kornfeld was there. It's not nice. Anyways. Nobody said a word. Not a single guy had a word. Oh, he's a robot. So from today on, Sefer Torah, instead of quoting $50,000, $2,500, you just have to pay for the material /
I asked him. He said,
What happened? No, you said something?
Yeah, you make up a story. I was there, the sun went down.
And what happened? What happened when you were there?
Good story.
All right. No, there was a real, it's not just a printer. It wasn't a printer. It had a felt pen in its hand, and it goes,
I've seen
no.
the printer that deposits ink on the
Oh, okay.
It's kosher.
All right, weiter. Sagt der Mishnah. Ben teisha shonim v'yoyim echad shebal yivim toy kno. Okay, so now we're moving on to the boy. A girl, Bia, is by 3 years old. A boy, 9 years old. If his Bia is Bia by Yevama, he's koiner. Ve'noisen get achi yagdo. And Memela, but a get, to get rid of her, that you have to be a gadol. So, if he doesn't like her, he's stuck with her for 3 years. Umetama benida letame mishkav tachton kelyon. Boy, say you remember this lashon? Very tough lashon. We had it yesterday also. he makes her tameh, he becomes tameh from her. She's a niddah nachamal. She's a niddah, and anybody that's with a niddah acquires the tumah of a niddah. However, not mamish, because a niddah, if she sits on a couch, then the couch becomes avatuma. He becomes a rishon. Like ke'elyon, you have to stick in a word of a zav. Ke'elyon shel zav. Just like the clothing a zav wears become a rishon, so too he becomes a rishon. Because if it's avatuma, it can be mitam adam kelim. He cannot be mitam adam kelim. So Nachamal, well, that's the same question. And what if he's under 9 years old and he's boil anida? What's his halacha? Halacha is he has the halacha of anybody that touches the nida. Since bia makes it as if he's her, but if it's not bia, so then it's just touching, and touching he's tummy for 1 day. Upoisel. If it's a goy, Rashi says, if it's a mamzer, and his bia is a bia when he's 9 years old, he makes her puzzle, makes this woman puzzle. Ve'enoi machil betruma. However, if he's 9 years old, he cannot cause his wife to eat truma, the yavama to eat truma. Upoisel es ha-behema malgabe mizbeach. And the 9-year-old who has bestiality with a behema, he makes the behema not royal mizbeach. But a behema that was involved in bestiality has to die. What does that mean? It's not royal mizbeach. Says Rashi, because there's only one aid. V'niskelas al yadoi, but if there are two aidim, then it dies. This animal. If he has relations with his mother or any other arayas, mumasim al yadoi, they die. V'hu pater, he's only 9 years old. It says in the Mishnah that he can't give her a get until he becomes a gadol. Mashma, that he becomes a gadol, all he has to do is give her a get. What's maimar? Maimar is when a yavam is mekadesh the yavama. So he has a bunch of brothers, and he wants to reserve her. So he gives her kiddushin, but a yavam doesn't have to. So for that maimar, what's the halacha? Ma maimar begadol tzarich get lema'amoroi v'chalitza l'zikasai. The halacha is he wants to get rid of her. It's not enough to do a chalitza. The chalitza over here would be do'iraisa, and the get would be midrabanan. Avbias ben teishat tzarich get lema'amoroi v'chalitza l'zikasai. The exact opposite. The ben teishat needs to get lema'amoroi for the do'iraisa. The chalitza l'zikasai midrabanan. You only need chalitza midrabanan. In other words, this guy, he's already 13 years old. It says this 9-year-old that was koinez yavama bebia, he has to wait until he's 13. When he's 13, he needs to give her a get. Why? Because he was koine her. But the chalitza lizikasoi, he has to give her a chalitza m'derabbanan. Omarav achiyukomar likishi yagdil yivol v'yitin get. I have to look into it a little bit. It bothered me when I read it. I don't know if you have pshat. I mean, this guy wants to divorce her, so I don't know. It says here he's allowed to be boil her. He can be boil her in order to make her 100% a deraisa wife, because he's boil her when he's 9 years old. He was kind her for that. But now, in order to get out of all the chalitzas and all the problems, boil one more time, and you give one get, and shalom al Yisrael.
She doesn't need chalitzah.
No more chalitza, because there's a proper bia when he was 13.
He doesn't do a proper beer, then he has to give her chalitza also, right?
Exactly. If not, then you have to give both. You have to give get and chalitza. And it says it seems like la halacha over here in Shulchan Aruch.
It's like kiddushin and chuppah. It's just he done a kiddushin and now he's doing the chuppah.
Yeah, but usually you only give one get. It patters both.
The chalitza rabban is because he became pure clean and he wasn't boiled.
Right. Exactly. Zok the Mishnah. Basachadis Rishon of Yemechod Nidoreo Nivdokim. You have an 11-year-old. We have to hold cup a little bit. There's 3 lines here in the Mishnah. Line number 1 tells us that if she's 11 years old, that's a year, she's mufla samach leish. She's right before the year that in her darim, right? So when we're talking about a girl's Niddah, when she's 12 years old, her Neder is a Neder. And when she's 11 years old, Nidoreh Nivdakim. We check. See if she understands what's going on. If she understands who a Neder is to, what the Hegdish is to, what's going on here. If she understands, then it works. But she needs a bdika. So that's great. If she's 12 years old, no matter what, her Neder is a Neder. And then it says, Uboitkim kol shtam esrei. So by the way, this would mean, Uboitkim kol shtam esrei doesn't mean when she's 12 years old, because 12 years old in the Mishnah is shtam esrei v'yom echad. Uboitkim kol shtam esrei means the 12th year, meaning what we call 11. Yeah? We call 11 is the beginning of the year. It's the year of 11 going into the year of 12. 12 is the end of 12. She becomes 12 years old. So Nachamal, what does the Mishnah say? Mishnah says, if she's 11 years old, what we call 11, you have to be boidik. But if she's 12, it's a great neder. And if she's 11, you have to be boidik the whole time. So there's a repetition here. We have to understand what's going on here. Ben Shtem Esrei, now the Mishnah just says the same thing again. Grammar school. What'd you say? Yeah, don't. When you guys were in grammar school, I was in Yeshiva Tana Panovich. So nothing counts. Ben Shtem Esrei Shonim Yemechod Nidor. What did I say? Repetition. What did I say? What should have I said? I'm not fine. I want to hear the hara. Ben Shtem Esrei. I'm going to go back to the Vira. I don't care. Ben Shtem Esrei Shonim Yemechod Nidor of Nivdakim. So again, Nachamal. So when it comes to a boy, when he's 12 years old, he's a mufla samach le'ish. He's a year right before he becomes a man. 12 years old, nidar nivdakim. He can make a neder if he knows what's flying. If he understands who he made the neder to and what he's saying. Ben shlosh shana v'yemechad nidar of kayamim. And by the way, as we're going to see in the Gemara, it's very obvious. When it means 13, it doesn't mean 13. It means 13 with simanim. Shtei cyrus. 13 means nothing unless you have shtei cyrus. Again, so what does Boitkim Kol Shlosh mean? When he's 12. The entire year of 12, you have to check. But we already said that we check. So the Gemara is going to tell us what the Chiddush is. Now here's even more Yiturim. I'm not even going to try to say the English word. Before 11 for a girl or 12 for a boy. If a kid is 10 years old and he says, listen, I heard these kids were sitting next to me, these 10-year-olds in shul today. They were learning. I couldn't believe my ears. The kichim is the Ephraim and this and the Mio. It's unbelievable. These kids know. So if this kid says, and they were making fun of other kids that don't know what Kavachaymer was, it's so funny. What's a Kavachaymer? Kal, it's easy, it's light. Kids. Anyways, tell me the Chacham today. So this kid is 10 years old. He says, I don't know what a nether is. Of course I know what a nether is. Says, no. It's nothing. It's not a hegdish. After what? After 12 and after 13, if a girl is 12 years old or a boy is 13 years old and he says, I have no idea what's going on, I was imitating somebody else, I don't know what a nether is. Nidaron neder v'hegdesh and hegdesh. This is a very interesting Rashi here. It might be good to see. Rashi says, "Ubechlal shoyte nami lo mechzekinu." Rashi the Maskil afilu omru einanu yoidim. Ubechlal shoyte nami lo mechzekinu. If the kid says, "I don't know what a nether is," don't say mishugana. The Soviet love it the kladas. At the end of the day, he'll get smart. Vein shoyta. What's a shoyta? Ela mekareak susoi. Only a kid that rips his clothing, and sleeps in the cemetery, and that's all my children. The ones that go out at night by themselves, they're Mishugayim Gemurim. Fine. Akopanim, don't worry, the kid is not Mishuga. Unless he sleeps in a cemetery, he's not nuts. So even if he says he doesn't know what a nether is, he doesn't know what a nether is, don't worry about it. Zog the Gemara. The key in the Tana Basa Chadis Shona v'Yemechon Nidorei Nivdakim Bashtem Shona v'Yemechon Nidorei Kayomim Lamali. Kitzer, this is the best I could come up with. Matzah Shabbos. So we have the three things here: Bas Chadis Boitkim, Bas Yud Beis Kayomim, And Bas Chadesre, Boitkim Kol Yud Beis. You have to check the whole entire year of 11, which 12 of in the Mishnah means 11. Basically, this and this is the same exact thing. The Bas Chadesre Boitkim and Boitkim Kol Yud Beis is word for word pretty much the same line. It's telling us the same thing. When you're 11 years old, we have to check, make sure that you know what a neder is. So the Gemara, let me just tell you what's going on here real quickly so you have a understanding beforehand. The first line, Bas Chadesre Shana Boitkim, is to tell us that even if a girl is very, very smart, a 10-year-old genius, high IQ, it's nothing. That's the Chiddush. Great. Then it says in the Mishnah that when she's 12 years old, everything is Kayam. L'chayr, that's also extra. Once I tell you boidik 11-year-old, that tells me a 12-year-old, you're not boidik. It's automatic, it's good. No. Because I would think that it means that you check 11-year-old, you boidik, okay, so you check. You keep on checking forever. Kamashmal or not. And finally, where it says, uboidim kol yud beis, that we had sort of a chiddush, we had this the other day, that there's a mandama that says, we had it, mamish, at the end of yesterday's shir, I think it was, that 30 days of a year are considered a whole year. And one mandama says 1 day of a year. We had a 2-year-old and 1 day, or a 2-year-old and 30 days is considered as if she's 3 years old, according to Rameir. So Memela, I would think that I do a b'dika when she's 11 years old and 30 days, and she doesn't know what's flying. So Memela, everything else, the entire year, she doesn't know what's flying because mixes hashana kukulai, if she did 30 days. So now let's see inside. Not to be confused. Very simple. Since the Mishnah tells us that you have to check 11-year-old to see if she knows what's going on, isn't it obvious that a 12-year-old, her nether would be a good nether? It's only 11-year-old you have to check. I would think, if you just read the Mishnah, I understand this very well. It says that it's somebody who's 11 years old, you check, meaning from that period on, you check. You constantly check forever. Make sure that the person knows what's going on. Even when they're 13, 14 years old, especially Bizmanenu, a lot of kids don't know what's going on. They don't know what a nether is. They don't know what hegdish is. You have to ask them. Okay, so the next part says that if she's 12 years old, her nether is a good nether. So why do I need to tell me that you have to do a b'dika when she's 11? Since 30 days is considered the whole year, and if she doesn't know when she's 11 years old in 30 days and a month, so that's it. You don't have to check anymore. You have to check. Say, if she's 12 years old, perfect. You have to check when she's 11. So why do I have to tell the whole first part? Itzrich. So I would think that only when if she's very smart, then you have to check even when she's 10 years old. Maybe a 10-year-old can make a neder because it has to do with understanding. And she understands, no. Anything under 11 years old is nothing. It's not a neder. Right? Because what is the nafkamina between 11 and 10? 11 is not a gdoila, and 10 is not a gdoila. So why 11 yes and 10 not? Kacha. There's a concept called mufla samach li'ish. That year before being a ish, when it comes to nedarim, is different. So then the hemshech of the Mishnah is extra. What do I do with the next part of the Mishnah? It says in the next part of the Mishnah, before 11 and after 12. What's the chiddush in that? Isn't that included in these statements? That before 11 is nothing? So the Gemara, if they didn't open up their mouth, they never said anything. So we say 11 is nothing. Maybe if they say we understand, they offer their own opinion. Maybe we should be saying before is nothing and after is everything. Say there. Zog the Gemara, this is gonna really shake you up a little bit. Everything you understood until now, what do we know? We know that a boy becomes bar mitzvah when he's 13, and a girl becomes bas mitzvah when she's 12. Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe a girl becomes bas mitzvah when she's 13, and a boy becomes bar mitzvah when he's 12. There's actually a mandama that says that. Tarabonon, Elu Divri Rebbe. Rebbe is the one that says, like we say, a boy is 13, a girl 12. Rebbe Shimon Elazar Omer, Dvarim Amurim Betinoikis, Betinoik Amurim. It's the exact opposite. You have to be boydek a boy when he's 11, and his neder is great when it's 12. Dvarim Amurim Betinoik, and that we said they have to check a boy who's 12 years old is referring to a girl. A girl you have to check when she's 12, and her neder becomes a neder when she's 13. Betinoik is Amurim. Omer Rav Chizda, my time of the Rebbe, where did he get it from? Dichsiv vayiven Hashem Elokim es hatzeilah. What's the actual pasuk? Yeah, vayiven Hashem Elokim es hatzeilah. Vayiven is a lashon of bina. Milamed shenosan HaKadosh Baruch Hu bina yiser b'ish or yosem b'ish. It tells us that a woman has more bina than a man. I saw the Ritva getting very nervous. I said, what? It's not shaykh. So he says, don't worry, Rabbi Isai. It just means they reach bina before boys. But of course boys are much smarter, he says. What's the shayla b'chlal? V'yidoch. What? What, the Ritva? V'yidoch. How me boy like the Shlakish? David Shlakish, Mishum Rebishim b'menasio. Vayiven Hashem Elokim es hatzeilah asher lokach min adam liisha vayivel adam. What does he do with this whole vayiven? Milah made amazing Gemara. Milah made shekilo HaKadosh Baruch Hu lechava. He braided her hair like these, like the African. You hear? Gershon, what's going on over there? I know, but I think you made a rishlin in the whole shir. You started it, and then other people thought it's okay. They say a chashav guy like you run the whole shir. It's not revayim. You have to make an example. Melamed shekil HaKadosh Baruch Hu lechavo ve'evio etzel adam rishon. Okay, but wait until the video. Wait until the new video thing, then you want. But beforehand, and you have to also leave on the right foot. B'shtika, b'nachas, okay. Shkoyach. Anyways, you hear what's going on here? Gershon, it's unbelievable. HaKadosh Baruch Hu braided Chava's hair, and then he brought her to him. Mamish like the Jamaican, the braids in the hair. That's how he brought her. Why? I don't know. Azoy shteit in pasuk. It's a beautiful thing. It seems like it's a nice thing to have. Shekeim bekarchei ayom korin lekali iso b'niyasa. Fine. From the word vayiven, I guess. By the way, what's going on here? The vayiven. She was already molded. HaKadosh Baruch Hu just had to separate. So what does it mean vayiven? That's the question here. So one says it's bini yisera, and he says vayiven. He actually created. He made a new thing. He braided her hair.
So
that's the pshat.
It's the pshat, but that's this way or that way.
Reb Shimon ben Elazar, my time, Omer Rav Shmuel bar Rav Yitzchok, mitoich sha'atinok. So what's the pshat that he holds that a boy is smarter than a girl? In other words, he becomes more mature before a girl. In all things, in all mitzvahs, all averes. Mitoich sha'atinok motzi b'beis rabbi. He goes to cheder, nichneses boy armumis tchila. So he becomes sharper. He becomes conniving, sharper, whatever the word is, but he becomes sharp because he goes. And what about a kid that's out of school? Also, he has friends. He's what? Street smart. No, but girls are also street smart. L'shitasa. V'kitzer loy plug kazeh. Or video games bizmanenu. Makes them really, really smart. Those video games. Fortnite. How do you know about that stuff? Hashem yirachem. Iboilu toich zman ki lifnei zman or ki lachas zman. Okay. So pretend we didn't learn anything up until this point. We want to know is the year before this whole year we're talking about year 11 by a girl, year 12 by a boy. What's the halacha? Does it have halacha like a 12-year-old, like a 13-year-old, like a bar mitzvah boy? Well, we just learned it in the Mishnah. If it's talking about Nidarim, why? Because our Mishnah said that if you're 11 years old and you're a girl, you're not bas mitzvah and you're not bas mitzvah. So what are you? You're in between. We have to do a bdika. Let's see how smart you are, if you know. So it's not dependent on age. Elo, what's the pshat? Lo anshim, mai. So we have to say, says Rashi, anshim. Why would I give a kid that's 12 years old malchus? Because he has simanim. You must say he has simanim. Not I'm talking about a 12-year-old. Because even a 13-year-old that doesn't have simanim doesn't get malchus. So it must be that this 12-year-old that we're talking about has simanim. Fine. Zok the Gemara Rav v'Rabbi Chanino da'amri tarvayu toich zman ki lifnei zman. They both hold that underage with simanim is like bar mitzvah, like bas mitzvah. Sorry, ki lifnei zman, not bas mitzvah. Nothing. It's like 10 years old. Rabbi Yochanan and Rabbi Shua ben Levi, I should have known this because there's a simon coming up. Rabbi Yochanan and Rabbi Shua ben Levi da'amri tarvayu toich zman ki lach zman. They have halacha according to Rabbi Yochanan halacha of a bar mitzvah. Or Rabbi Yitzchak b'simonach v'zois lefanim b'Yisrael. How do you learn this simon? Says Rashi. Lefanim means lifnei. Lifnei. In other words, if you are 11 years old and you're a girl, you're like a 10-year-old. Lifnei. V'zois, says Rashi, is a feminine word. And Reb Chanina is a girl name. That's what he says. It's a girlish name. It's a feminine name. Chanina. Penina, Chanina. Azay Zokter. What? And then he says another pshat that Rav, you could stick Rav into the world be Yisrael. There's a Beis and a Reish in there. Fine. I was by Rav Chaim Kanievsky once with a guy I helped make from. Another Rav Chaim Kanievsky story. This one was real. And there was a guy from Ar Samer. I was part of a program, and we were on this actual program making Bali Tshuva, Kiruv. The kid said he finally became Bal Tshuva. And he's a photographer. I said, I'm going to Reb Chaim Kanievsky. You wanna take pictures? So he comes to Reb Chaim Kanievsky, and he just got married, and he had a wedding ring on. So Reb Chaim Kanievsky looks at him and says, why is a woman taking pictures of me? So Zainikel says, what's wrong with a woman taking pictures of you? I don't understand. He says, he started laughing, whatever. And me, like a shaita, the guy says, what did he just say? So I tried to explain to him. I said, he's like, this is a gadol? What do you call this guy a gadol? Anyways, the kids are so now I learned the Gemara. It makes a little bit more sense. Like they're calling Chanina, the Gemara also called Chanina a girl, kind of. He's a girl. He has a feminine name. So you see, it's a makar for Reb Chaim Kanievsky over here. Okay. Moser Rav Amnuna achar azman hazeh ava bisho amru einanu yoidim l'shemi nodarnu l'shemi yigdashnu nidreim neder. It says in the Mishnah that once a boy turns 13, it doesn't matter if he understands what the neder is or not, it's a good neder. It's mashma, right? It's mashma that beforehand, it's before 13, it's nothing. Kilifnei zman. So there's an amazing Rashi here that explains this a little better. So Rashi says, it's unbelievable. Rashi says, since it's extra, this whole line is extra. Yeah? Why do I have to say? Going back to the Gemara's 3 questions we had before. Each line was extra, right? You have these 3 lines. Bas Yud Aleph Boitkim, Bas Yud Beis Kayamim, and Boitkim the Yud Aleph. There's 3 extra lines there. And I could learn one from the other. So says Rav Amnuna, says Rashi, it's like deeper than what you think it is. Says Rashi that since the whole thing is extra, so memela it's kilu imeno in lekan pneu linyan acher. Since I don't need to tell me that the neder is not kayam when the boy is 12 years old, if he doesn't know it's flying. So memela, I'm using it to tell me this chiddush, this halacha, that anything before 13 is kilifnei zman. That's why the Mishnah said an extra line. That's how Rav Amnuna is learning it. So asks Rava, you hear? It's kilu, since the words are extra, so obviously the Mishnah said it to teach me this chiddush. A new chiddush. Not one of these 3 chiddushim over here. Rav Amnuna has his own chiddush. To answer this question, is a kid that's before 13 like 13 or not?
You don't check him the year before?
Huh? Who? What?
Hot toy.
Hatoich. No, that's Rav Nuna. Yeah, Rav Nuna is doing the chiddush. Hatoich. No, he's quoting the first part. Achar zman az af bishom roin on yoydim l'shem yinadan l'shem yinagdash and there another gdashin. That's.
He's not bringing a price.
No. He's quoting the Mishnah and he's making a diuk in the Mishnah. Hatoich zman l'kilifnei zman. But I don't need it because the Mishnah already says toich zman l'fnei zman. So Mela is teaching us not toich zman l'fnei, but teaching us this halacha. This is toich zman l'kilifnei zman. Amalei Rava emereisha. If you're going to learn it from extra words, so you could learn it fakert. Emereisha koydem azman azeh. It says mufurish before they reach this age. A 10-year-old who says, "I know who I'm making neder to." So make the same chiddush, make the same diuk on the other words of the Mishnah. Why? Who says which way to go? The Mishnah could go in both directions. Says the Gemara Velohi, Rava Katai. Rava learned wrong pshat in Rav Nuna. Who saw Rav Nuna? Mishnah Yisrael Kadayik. He thought Rav Nuna is using the extra words. And why are you making a dig from the Seifa? Make a dig from the first part of the Mishnah. Rav Nuna is just learning Pshat and Mishnah. That what? What does it mean that he's bar mitzvah? Even a 13-year-old, if he doesn't have shtei cyrus, he's considered halachically a katan. So it's talking about in a case where he has two eyes. And it's only because he's 13 plus shtei cyrus. You need a combination of two things. If you don't have both the years and the simonim, it's nothing. I'm learning Pshat and Mishnah. You need two things. You need to be 13 years old and shtei cyrus. Anything less than 13 and shtei cyrus is nothing. Zeu. Atkan, have a gewaldige Woche. We'll see you tomorrow, B'ez Hashem, 7:15. And if you can't make it at 7:15, 9:20 at night, right here.
Don't we say it's over 13?
Hold on, he's asking me. So 1 second, Mr. Feder. What?
The fact that he says that he goes with painted hair means that she's better than Anna.
Which one? The Bini Yisrael? Bini Yisrael means she has more seichel.